Empty your mind.
Hey everybody, it's Master Wanish and I welcome you to the channel. It's a beautiful day. I got the kids busy for a little bit, so I thought I could get out and film a video. Unfortunately, my battery died, so I filmed a wonderful video, but it had no sound, so I'm back at it again. Earlier today, I filmed a video with just a quick update about some things that are going to be happening, such as tomorrow I will be going over the online Wing Chun program, how that works. A lot of people have been asking about that, so I'll be giving a lot of detail about that program tomorrow. Friday, I'll be filming a brand new lesson for the channel, so if you have any questions, anything you'd like for me to go over, do me a favor and leave that comment in the update video or this video below, and I will be sure to do my best to address that on Friday's video. So once again, if you have anything, questions, anything you'd like me to cover, leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to get to it. Now, a lot of students have been asking recently about the shirt. I will have the shirts hopefully available for people next week if they want to order. I'm going to open up one of those new stores online and you'll be able to purchase some of these shirts. I do have a few in stock, but I don't have a lot of every size. So I will be setting a new store up where everybody can order those shirts and have them sent right to their house. Now, this says Wing Chun, which means beautiful springtime. And basically this character and this logo I created years back. If I go to like Chinatown in New York City, when they see this shirt, they know this is me. Everybody associates this logo with me. This is my logo. It's been trademarked. Now these characters were drawn for me by a really incredible calligrapher who is no longer with us. His name is Jin Huai Wong, and he drew these characters, and I studied some calligraphy with him, and he was just a beautiful spirit, an amazing individual. As a matter of fact, for those of you that might have seen Bill Moyer's Healing of the Mind special, he was on that, and he was the calligrapher where they were asking him questions and they were watching him draw, and he was like, don't just draw the mountain, be the mountain. So in my office, you might have seen the Chi character, the Wing Chun character, and the dog character. He drew all those, and he drew this Wing Chun on the shirt. So it's very special, and it was just a great time working with him, and it was an honor to have him draw the characters for us. So I will be letting everybody know when these shirts do become available. Somebody just asked about the shirt, and I just thought I'd give a little background about the logo, who drew all the characters for me, and what's going on. Now, briefly, and earlier when I filmed, I was talking about simplicity. And this is something I've talked about in the past, doing the simplest thing within the realm of your safety. Basically, when a punch comes in, you sidestep. And this is something I was talking with my Sifu and some students the other day. We were going over a diagram my Sifu drew, and he was asking, our thoughts on this. And we all had similar thoughts on simplicity and what we saw. Essentially, a punch is being thrown, a linear or straight attack, and one was just cutting the angle properly, really surgically slicing that angle in with minimal footwork, minimal effort, ultimately being super effective. And the other was a huge overstepping of the footwork to deflect the attack. So we all saw one being as really simplicity, doing the simplest thing within the realm of your safety, simplest footwork, really ending that attack, solving that problem. And the other was overstepping, taking just such a massive step. Now, this is something we all do a lot, and it happens a lot with beginner students. More advanced students trust their Kung Fu, understand their angles, understand the simplicity of their footwork, and when a punch is thrown, it's just a little step. Everything almost seems effortless as it is, and it seems so simple as it really is. And a beginning student seems to take just a huge step, overreach, and does all this extra work. All that extra work, all that extra movement, puts you in a bad position, and also leaves windows of opportunity open for your attacker, where when you take that simple step, you're closing down your attacker, you're able to trap, finish, be in a great place to attack, and it puts you in an optimal situation. When you overstep that punch, you're basically putting yourself way too far away from your attacker, so now you can't attack back. And then you've stepped so far off, they're able to maybe do a spinning back fist or something. They're leaving themselves, you're leaving yourself open for more attacks. Now, this really, why does the beginner always overstep? And I find the beginner oversteps because they don't really trust their Kung Fu. They don't really trust what's happening, and why would you? You're brand new to this. You don't quite understand how it works, how simple and effective it is. So you think you need to always be doing so much more. And you think you need to take this extreme step and use a lot of force instead of it's this simple, relaxed movement. You think it's too easy, that just can't work. So what it usually is fear. Fear of getting hit in the face, right? So you're afraid you're gonna get hit, so you step and you use this big forceful move and you've left yourself open and you used force and just too many things went wrong. So this is where training and understanding and trusting your Kung Fu comes into practice. The more you practice, the more you see how well this works. You sidestep, that punch comes right here. It's just deflecting right past your face and you're like, wow, that's so close. But yes, that's where you want it to be. And until you've done enough training to understand how well it works, you don't really trust, and then that fear comes in and you overstep. Same thing in sparring. Fear comes in instead of relaxing and proper placement with your vision and understanding what's happening, and you're working off of fear and it just really doesn't work in your favor. So simplicity and not overdoing things is crucial, not just in our Kung Fu, but in our everyday life. All too often we might have a goal, and there's my goal right there. My goal is to get to this camera, right? My goal is to get towards this camera. So instead of working every day closer and closer and closer towards my goal, sometimes we go, oh, maybe I should also do this, and I should do this. And but if I did this, and I did this, and I did this, and now you're creating so much work and it's taking you further away from your goal instead of making things simple and direct and working towards that one goal every day. It's very important to work towards your goals and not let things be roadblocks in your path. So just a little bit of talk on simplicity, overdoing it, fear, some things to just think about in your Kung Fu training, in your everyday life. You know, once again, utilize your Kung Fu concepts and principles, simplicity, not fighting force against force, economy of movement, economy of energy, all these things, taking control of your life, making the decisions that are right for you, taking all these concepts and principles from your Wing Chun Kung Fu and applying them to your everyday life to make you a better family member, friend, you know, not just a better fighter, but better at every aspect in your business, relationships, you name it. You use your Kung Fu to enhance every aspect of your life. Let's go ahead now and jump into the Sil Lum Tao form. I want you to follow me through the form. Once again, I'll be your mirror. So I'm going to be starting with my right side. You'll use your left side so you don't have to look over your shoulder. You can just simply follow me. I'll work as your mirror. And once again, if you don't know this form, do the best to follow along and then jump into my playlist on this channel where it says Sil Lum Tao and I have the whole form broken into sections. All right, let's jump into the Sil Lum Tao form. right, I hope everybody was able to follow along through the form properly. And once again, if you have any questions on the Sil Lum Tao form, just let me know. Something else everybody should be doing every day is working on their footwork. Simple footwork, right neutral, left neutral, right neutral, left neutral. So do me a favor right now, I want you to get in your stance, get in a left neutral stance, feet angled off, left hand out, and follow me as we just move through the stance. So you're in a left neutral, right neutral, left neutral, right neutral, left neutral. Now I want you to start switching with some hand positions, your lead hand. So this is Pak Sao. So when you switch to your right neutral, lead hand Pak. It's almost like we didn't do anything different, right? Pak, Pak, Pak Sao. Now we're gonna go Tan Sao. Tan Sao moves out. Tan Sao moves out. Since you might not have a partner, your schools probably aren't open yet, this is something you can practice. Picture deflecting attacks. Tan Sao, Tan Sao, Pak Sao, Pak Sao, Pak Sao, Pak Sao, Bong Sao, Bong Sao, Quan Sao, Quan Sao, Quan Sao, Quan Sao, Pak Sao, Pak Sao, Tan Sao, Tan Sao. You can also practice moving and just one step this way. So picture a punch comes in, I'm in my right neutral. If you were to throw your left punch at me, I go Pak, Tan Sao, Bong Sao Wu Sao, Quan Sao, Lan Sao. And I don't know if you can see my feet, so sorry. I'll go back here. So once again, I was just going, switching stance. So once again, if you're in left neutral, right neutral, left neutral. Now we'll do our Pak Sao, Pak Sao, Pak Sao, Tan Sao, Tan Sao, Tan Sao, Bong Sao, Bong Sao, Bong Sao, Pak Sao, Pak Sao, Quan Sao, Quan Sao. And then I can also practice, and once again, that's just practice switching your stance with hand positions. If a straight punch comes, I'm not going Pak Sao, and then the next straight punch comes Pak Sao, and then Pak Sao, and exposing my center, right? I would go Pak Sao, and then Bill Sao, or Pak Sao, and then Pak Sao, keeping my center protected. So here's something else you could do here. Take your neutral stance, so you're in a left neutral, and you could go Pak Sao this way. Cap punch, Tan Sao, Lan Sao, Bong Sao, Quan Sao, and you can practice, you can visualize a punch coming in and practice deflecting that punch with your footwork. If you don't have a partner, you want to still keep practicing. You want to be doing your forms, your kicks, your punching drills. And I have all this stuff now on the channel where I have a kick follow. You can follow one of my students as we run through kicks. My whole class, as we do a bit of a warm-up, we do the Sil Lum Tao form and then get into this nice warm-up. So you have all this great stuff to follow. But it's important to just keep up with your training. Soon enough, you'll be able to get with your Sifu, get with your partners, or join me on the online program. And we're really, you know, your Kung Fu will keep growing, keep growing. It's also just great to get moving and grooving and not be sitting so stagnant. So make sure you're practicing. And once again, this is, I picture that punch coming in, cap punch, Bong Sao, Bong Sao. You can also picture following up. Punch comes in, Pak Sao, step, punch, 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 punch as I'm chain punching in. Or I go Bong Sao, Wu Sao, Lop Sao punch, punch to the body. And I'll go through all this stuff with you with partners, which will be so much better once you have that visual and you can really see that. So we'll be starting with linear attacks, going over straight punch, utilizing all our footwork in our hands for deflecting straight attacks. We'll get into circular attacks, self-defense, and once again, if you have any questions, leave me a question down below. I'd be happy to get to it. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Here's another video for you to watch right here if you got the time. And I wish everybody well, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see everybody soon. Have a great day.